Alright, now that we have our PSVita hacked with H-Encore as well as Enzo, whether if you're on 3.60 or 3.65, you have many capabilities of enjoying this device. In order for us to enjoy the device, we need the capacity and space to load many of the awesome ROMs, emulators, and other applications to enjoy our PSVita. But in order for us to do that is to find appropriate memory card to install all those applications. So what I'm going to use for this tutorial and guideline is our SD2Vita card adapter right here. Also comes in white. I purchased the black and red for the silver model, and what we're gonna use with that is the MicroSD card. I have a, I don't know if it's visible here, as you can see it's a 200 gigabyte card, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that with our SD2Vita and install our many applications, emulators, and fun enjoyable stuff onto our Vita. So basically right now I'm on my computer as well, and I posted the link and description of what's in that zip file. So that's going to include the files that are needed for the SD2Vita process, Autoplugin, which will allow us to install plugins that are crucial and needed, PKGJ, which allows us to install the many awesome games that are out there for us to install and save onto our Vita, and VitaHomebrew Browser, which gives many options of application and emulators for us to install and download and enjoy our PlayStation Vita. So much further ado, I'll tell you what to do with the process. What we're going to do is download the file from the megalink, which I already did, and I have the folder. Extract it, and you'll get these files right here: the Autoplugin folder, PKGJ, SD2Vita, and the VitaHomebrew Browser. So basically what we're going to do first is we're going to set up our SD2Vita card. In order for the process, we're going to basically install the Win32 Disk Manager. We're going to accept it. Begin with the process of the installation. Uncheck the View README text and launch the Win32 Disk Imager. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the microSD card, insert it to the memory card adapter if you have an SD card reader, or into a card reader device. We're going to insert it and let our computer read the memory card. The next process we're going to do is right there in the background we have the zzblank.img file. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that image file, okay, and select it. Okay, and then make sure that your memory card is in the correct device lettering. So we're going to check right now, and it is in device F. Okay, and we're going to hit write. Continue. Write is successful. Once that is done, we exit, and there's the memory card right there. We're going to right click and hit format. We're going to go to allocation unit size and click default allocation size. Leave the volume label blank, check quick format and hit start, and the process will be done. We're going to exit out all of these. The next step is we're going to connect our PSVita via USB and connect it to our computer. Alright. Alright, let's avoid this hit. Okay, alright. What we're going to do is we're going to go into Vitashell, hit start. Okay, we're going to go to our FTP protocol. Okay. Open up our FTP client and do a quick connect. Okay, now that we're connected, what we're going to do is in our SD2Vita folder, there's a file which is tf_card_plugin tool VPK file. What we're going to do is drag and drop that. Sorry, one moment. Yeah, we're going to drag and drop that into our UXO directory. That's where I put most of my VPK files here. So basically, I'm going to drag and drop that into our directory like so. Okay, and it's right there. We're going to go into our Vita and get out of the FTP mode, scroll down, and there's the TF card VPK plugin we're going to install. Continue. Okay, we're going to get out of Vitashell. As you can see, there's the plugin file right there in our Vita menu. Now what we're going to do now is take out the memory card that was in our computer when we did that process. Take out the MicroSD card from the SD card reader or card reader device that you have. Put it into the SD2Vita adapter, put the MicroSD card in. We're gonna put it into the game slot right here. Okay. Alright, great. Now we're gonna open up that application, the TF card plugin. Hit start. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to select the first menu up there, which is the SD2Vita equals UMA0 hyphen memory card equals UX0. So we're going to select that. It's going to create its own directory. Okay, we're going to accept and say yes. Would you like to reboot the device now? We're going to say yes. Alright. It's all loaded up. Right now we're going to go into our Vitashell, hit start. Alright, as you can see, there's the UMA0 directory right there with a total capacity of 183.34 gigabytes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take that UMA directory and make it the default UXO0 directory that we want to accommodate all the real estate space that we need to put everything in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy everything in the UX0 directory. So we're going to go in there and we're going to hit triangle, mark all, hit triangle again, and hit copy. Okay, all the files are copied. We hit OK, go back. Go into the UMA0 directory and press triangle, and we're going to paste, and it's going to copy everything into that directory. Now the thing is, if you have a lot of files that you're going to copy over, it's going to take some time and patience. I mean, if you've taken your PSVita and it was your first time doing the Henkaku Enzo and you did everything right, and then you want to begin the process of putting all your games, emulators, and applications, then it's recommended that you buy this SD2 adapter with the MicroSD, so it could give you the space that you need to put all of those awesome applications in there so you could enjoy your Vita for a long time. So once the process is done, we're gonna go to our Vita menu once we exit out the Vitashell, and start the TF plugin again, and we're gonna make the UMA 0 to our official UX0 directory. Okay, once that is done, exit out. Now we go into that TF card plugin tool again, start. Now that we copied everything, we're going to go to the second option, highlighted in purple, SD2Vita equals UX0 / memory card equals UMA0. We're going to select that, hit OK. Okay, once the process is complete, it's going to reboot again. Let's go into our Vitashell to verify if everything's okay, if the applications are running perfectly fine. Okay. And there you have it. UMA 0 is gone. Our official directory is UXO with the 183.34 gigabytes of space. And that's it for the setup for the SD2Vita card setup for your PlayStation Vita. Next step we're going to do is the Autoplugin and the PKGJ. Alright, we're on our computer. We're going to go to the main directory where we have the other folders. What we're going to do is go to our Vita, open up Vitashell, and go to our FTP by pressing select, open up our FTP client, hit connect. Okay, go to our UXO folder, and we're gonna one by one drag and drop the Autoplugin VPK, transfer that over. Then we're gonna transfer these two items into the UXO directory, the PKGi folder and the PKGJ VPK file. And then last but not least is the VitaHomebrew Browser. We're gonna drag and drop that to our FTP client. Okay, once it's all done, just double check if everything is transferred. There's the VitaHomebrew Browser, PKGJ.vpk file, and the Autoplugin.vpk, as well as the PKGi folder right there. Alright, so right now we're gonna go back to our Vita, like so, get out of the FTP, scroll down. We're gonna install the Autoplugin VPK. Alright, and then we're gonna install the PKGJ.vpk file. We're gonna proceed. Okay, and then the VitaHomebrew Browser.vpk file. Okay, once it's done, we get out and exit. As you can see, they're right there. Alright, so what we're going to do is open up the PKGJ. Might require us to do an update, So we're going to do that first, and it does. New PKGJ version 0.51 is available. So we're going to hit yes and download it. Okay, the update has been downloaded to ux0:PKGi folder, so we're going to go in there. Okay, so we're going to exit out, go into our Vitashell and install the update. Hit start. Okay, we're going to go to the PKGi folder. Alright, and there's the VPK file right there. Okay, 0.51. I'm going to hit install. Okay, hit continue. Installation is complete. Okay, we're going to exit out. Now, what we're going to do is hit start. Alright, basically we're going to refresh by pressing triangle, scroll down, and there's the refresh. It'll load up everything into your PS Vita with all the Vita games, DLCs, PlayStation 1 and PSP games, themes as well, and DLC files right there. Everything is right there. Now, before we download or do anything, what we're going to do is get specific plugins to make them function correctly. So this is a simple process. That's why we have Autoplugin here that we installed. We go in there, hit start, and these are the important plugins that I want you guys to download and install. We're going to go into the top of the list, plugins for Vita, install plugins, and we're going to scroll down. There's many things here that could be helpful and assist you for many things to go about. We're going to download the first one, which is no NPDRM, which allows you to play the encrypted Vita games. So once we download that, that was pretty quick and simple. The second one is the PSM DRM, if you want to play the PlayStation games. Okay. And once that is done, there's a couple of other things that I downloaded for it. Download ReFood. Basically, that patches certain games that are above 3.65 or 3.60 firmware that you have when you did the Henkaku and Enzo. Repatch is another great way to decrypt and encrypt the games that are needed, so we downloaded that. The other option is the Shellbat, which gives you an idea of the battery percent in your status bar. I download that too. It's very helpful and essential to give you an idea how much juice you have in your battery. And I'm sure that there's many other plugins that you might want or look into when you have the time. But right now for this tutorial, that's all you need. And we're going to exit out of here. Well, by doing so, we're going to hit start. And then it'll restart your PS Vita. We're going to hit OK. The reason why it's doing that is that it's going to update everything with the plugins so it could function correctly. So we're starting our Vita. Alright. So basically, we'll go back to our PKGJ. Hit start. Alright, so we're going to download a game just for tutorial's sake. Alright, let's do that. So I selected a specific game and it gives you the detail information. I'm going to install the game and patch. Okay, hit OK. It'll go into your live area. And then we're going to close. Okay. Alright, and as you can see, it's in the live area right there. I don't know why it did 2. Alright, let's cancel one of them. Alright, as you can see, it's downloading the game. Speed up the process right here. Alright, and there's our game right there. Alright, as you can see, it works properly. And the game works perfectly fine. And I'm dead. So, yeah, I know. I die in the first level, but for tutorial purposes, figured I'd show you guys how well it works and it functions. So, going back to the PKGJ, so to be more specific and evaluate other information, when you press triangle again, as you can see, you can sort by title, region, name, size, date, filters by certain regions, and show games, show DLC, show demos, themes, show PlayStation games, PSP games, PSP DLCs. Many options right there to evaluate and how you want to go about with this application. So, alright, now that we're done and showing you the PKG application, we're going to go into our VitaHomebrew Browser. And what's great about this homebrew browser is that it gives you many convenient options of emulators as well as utilities and homebrew ports that people have developed for them to appreciate and enjoy it on the Vita. And keep in mind, in the beginning process, when you do load up this file, it might have a delay for a while. So right now, as you can see, it loaded up pretty fast, but when it's your first installation and when you load it up, in the first process, it'll be a complete black screen. Might take over a minute or two. If it doesn't load, you press the PlayStation button, close it, and then after that, load it up again. And then in the second process, it might take about a minute, still a black screen, and it'll load up. So just have your patience. But right now, this is my third try, and it finally loaded up fast. So be patient. So alright, as you can see, you can use toggle with the left and right shoulder buttons. There's games, ports, emulators, and utilities. Utilities are similar programs that you download from GitHub, certain VPK files to enhance your Vita, like the Vita graphics configurator, as you can see. Other than that, there's many applications. There you go, Vita Media Center, which allows you to play MPEG-4 files and so on and so forth. Emulators, OpenBRO, SNES 9X, RetroArch, so on and so forth. And ports, well, these are the homebrew ports that people have created their own versions of their games to enjoy on the Vita. And games, I mean, so many games right here that people created, and they could enjoy it on their Vita. A console that is dead in the US and now in Japan, but we still believe and enjoy and making the best out of it. I mean, yeah, Nintendo's out there with the Switch and whatnot, but you know what? I still love the system because we have many capabilities of enjoying so many application emulators and Vita games that most of us haven't played and would like to enjoy. So hope this guide was very helpful for all of you. This was the guide and tutorial for installing your SD2Vita Autoplugin PKGJ VPK and the VitaHomebrew Browser. If you guys have any questions to ask, I'm here to answer all of them, or anywhere that you're stuck with the tutorial, just let me know and comment below. Other than that, it was a very simple guide. As you could see, it wasn't as complicated as you would think. So enjoy your day, guys. If you have any other questions, I'm here, and expect to see you in the next tutorial guideline. Have a great day, gang. Bye.